Hello, so I would like to tell you about my new app called the My Time Schedule. It's a very original name. Actually, I wanted to call it Timefulness, and I thought of that all by myself. But unfortunately, someone wrote a book called Timefulness, so I decided not to use it. What I have here is an app, and what you do is you make a schedule. You make a schedule that you think you can follow, and what's important is that you schedule in your breaks, you schedule in your meals, you schedule in your work time, you schedule in your meditation time. And it's very important to do that. I actually met someone through one of my copyists. His name was Ukinzo, and the other person I met, I forget, he was maybe a medical doctor, but more or less like a business person. And he raised his two kids. He homeschooled them. He homeschooled them. And even from Myanmar, he was able to get both kids into top level schools. One went to Harvard and one went to Princeton. And I think both of them did masters, again, at Ivy League schools. And what he told me was he scheduled every single moment or minute of their lives. But he was very important to say to me that he scheduled free time. And that's what's important, is actually by scheduling free time, you're giving yourself a break, but it's got some constraints to it. It's got some structure to it. This is the time that you can do what you want. It's your time to play. It's your time to do whatever you want. And you can also schedule little breaks by having a few gaps in your schedule. And so I found that if you do that, then you can be a lot more productive. Now, at the monasteries, normally we have a timetable we follow. and, and actually, I was left without a timetable. And I realized that I was actually more productive when I was at IIT in terms of my other projects and my studying and my extra learning, in addition to what I was doing, because I had to squeeze it in. I had to squeeze it into the schedule. And so I was more productive. And so what I did was I created a spreadsheet on Google Docs. And basically I just, if I finished something, I checked it off. If I was late to start, because it was there were 50-minute sessions, 50-minute sessions, I could fudge it a little bit. I could make up for that time that I lost. And so it was very productive. And so I thought, okay, well, this is good. I can use on my computer, I can use on my telephone, but it would be really good to be, offline and to have on my telephone. And so I started to look for apps. I'm like, surely there's some type of app that does that. And maybe there are lots of schedule programs, okay? But the big ones, that totally dominate your search results, they charge lots of money, a few dollars a month, sometimes even more than that, to unlock all the features that you want. And basically what I wanted was a task list that could that I could program into a schedule. So it was a combination of a task list and a schedule. And when I finish, I don't know if you can hear this. I'll hold it up to the speaker here. So I can ring a bell, and it doesn't really come out really nicely because I think the software that I'm using runs it through the speakers. But it's a nice little bell, and you have little check marks, so you can hit it again, and then you get a nice little bell. Trust me, it's a nice sounding bell. It doesn't sound good on the speaker, but so that's what we have, and you can you can click them, and let me try to expand this a little bit. Make myself smaller and make this bigger so that you can see what we have here. And so then I can click another thing. And what's good is, you see, I have a checkbox here. I have a study poly here, and then I have a little clock here. Okay, and I have something that I can edit or delete. I can delete something, and I can edit it if I want to, and I can turn on a timer. And actually, a lot of the timers they don't work. They don't work really well because the screen falls asleep. But since I'm the developer of Buddhist Sun, I know about these shortcomings, and I plan for it. And so what I do is I actually set a system clock for this, and you can actually shut off the app, and it will still work. In fact, you can shut it off and you can resume. So like if I stop the clock, oh, I'm sorry, I want to keep the clock going. Okay, it's a different timer. So we let this go, okay, and then and what I'm going to do is I'm going to without stopping the timer, I'm going to shut this off. Okay, so there it is. I shut it off, and now I'm going to start it again, and it will remember where it was. Isn't that nice? So I think you can even reboot the phone and it will still be able to catch what it's supposed to give you a notification for. So that's very nice. And then we have settings, and I'll zoom this in a little bit more so that you can see it. And you can change your your theme color. Basically, we can set it to more of a pinkish tone. Why not? And then everything will match is this way. And then you can also add, you can add a different schedule, and now it's a test schedule. And then you can add a new item to your schedule. We can add a 4-minute thing, 5-minute thing, 10-minute thing. So you can swivel that, and then you can say you can start it now, and we can call it test again here. And so you have here you'll see that we have test, and we have meditation, and so then you can start the timer, and this is a 10-minute timer. And this is what they call like a time timer. It's always full, and so you know what percentage is clicking away. And the shorter the timer, the quicker it sort of disappears. And so it makes it more urgent. And this should prevent from the phone from sleeping as well, because we have a little control in there to stop it, to keep it awake. It's also in Buddhist Sun. And you'll get a message. You'll get a bell from the system if you have the app open, and you'll get a bell from the notification system as well. So we can edit this timer, and we'll set it to 1 minute, and we'll set the timer. Now it's 1 minute, and you can see that the timer is fading away quicker. And this can be very useful for meditation timers too. You can make a schedule of just task items that start at any day, and you can just pick any of your timers. So you can have a list of meditation timers, and you can use this as a meditation timer, and you can see how that works. Yeah. And I'm going to shrink this down a little bit so that you can, whoops. So you can see it's going to, T minus 3, 2, 1, and you see a little thing that vibrates and whatever. It gives you a system message, and it just says your session has expired. And this will work without the app. So if we can set it again, and your phone can be asleep, or it can be turned off. And I'll just talk a little bit more about it, and you'll see that the app will work even though it's turned off. I can even shut off my screen here, and you'll see that it'll show up even there as well. So that's really good, because meditation timers don't do that. They don't stay active even while the meditation app is closed. So a lot of times the phone will cause the meditation timer to fall asleep. And when that happens, it's like the application is off. So you have to program it so that it works whether the program is not there. And we do that by setting a notification message that, yeah, so there you go. It just flashed, and you can see that there's a little message, that lets you know that the 1 minute timer does indeed work. And so that's what I wanted to show you today. You can get this at the App Store. I'll give a link. It's called My Time Schedule. It's a boring name. It's difficult to search for right now because it's brand new. It was just released today. I'm a little excited to share this with you. I hope that you can use this. It's very good if you have if you have a self retreat, or if you have time on the weekend and you want to make a retreat, maybe a combination of a study and meditation, or all study. Whatever you want to do, you can do. You can do a little bit of work, you can do a little bit of study, you can do a little bit of meditation. I sort of combined everything actually in my schedule. So I hope that you can use this. You can get very good meditations from this, and good knowledge from this, from your study, and so that you can attain Nibbāna very quickly. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.